We're at the home of everything Frederick. It is 401 North Market Street in downtown. I am with the lovely April. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
It's been so long. You know, I've bragged in a year and a half or so of doing this show that I've interviewed more people I didn't know before I started this show, but I did know you.
That's right.
But you have had quite a journey over the last, well, I've probably known you 12 years or been familiar with you over 12 years or so. Girls on the Run, way back when it came to Frederick County.
Yes.
You've had your health journey, and now you're embarking on something that is very near and dear to my heart, women's health.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit. You don't have to dwell too much on the past, but what led you to where you are today and how you can help women in the future?
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Been in women's health for quite a while. When I was NIH, I always did women's reproductive health and aging, and so it's in my heart, but I was just tired of being in a cubicle.
Yeah.
You know, I got to get out there a little bit and do something hands-on. And so I started working with people. You know, I went and got my integrative health coaching certification and started working one-on-one with women and absolutely loved it. Yeah. And then, like you mentioned, I actually was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I went through a long journey of treatment. And during that, kind of took a step back. Like, who am I to help people with their health when I'm struggling myself? And turns out people want people that are also struggling and that understand and that are real and have their own issues. And so I ended up going through menopause early because of all of that treatment. I was only 40. And so nobody in my friend group really had anything going on around the area of menopause. And so I felt kind of alone in that. And so cancer treatment, menopause, all that, just trying to struggle through it. And suddenly, as I approached 50, my clients, because I do one-on-one wellness coaching as well, those clients started asking me questions around menopause. Like, I started hearing the same things pop up. And then all of my friends started coming out of the closets of, well, so what about this?
Welcome to the party.
And I realized that this was something that I really had a lot of experience in for 10 years. And I didn't even realize, like, you don't know what kind of experience you're gathering just by living your, living your life. And I gathered a lot of it. And I felt like I was able to just better relate with people now that they started asking the questions. Because I went through it all. Still going through it. I mean, you're either not in menopause or you are. You know, you're never through it, if you will. So it just became more of a focus for me. And so recently I just wanted to, you know, I can't take on any more one-on-ones. I have room for like 2 more clients because I don't want to sit in front of a Zoom screen all day. I actually want to get out and enjoy and live life too, like I encourage people to do.
Exactly.
And so I decided to start a membership for women so that they're able to just simplify all of it. Because as you've seen around, there's so much information out there, which is fantastic. I'm so happy.
But it's hard to sift through. And if it's not your gig, you're not full-time in it, it can be overwhelming. And, you know, everybody needs to figure out how it relates to them in particular. So how does this membership, I know you're launching it soon, how is it going to work?
So it's basically a monthly deliverable of a lot of different things around specific topics within menopause and how to simplify them. So for instance, we might do a month on sleep. And
or lack thereof. I know, I'm living that.
But the area of sleep, especially menopause, is just huge. So it's just going to be small, bite-sized, actionable things that people can do now to make some progress. Because people want to make a little bit of progress, no matter how little, just a little bit. And just not feel like, you know what, it's too much, it's too busy, there's too much noise. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to, you know, go about my business.
And no one wants to sit through a 9-hour seminar either, right? Who has time for that? Even when it's going to better your health or better your day or whatever that is, that's hard. So I love these bite-sized ideas. So will these be delivered via email? Is it going to be like a group Zoom or some sort of webinar? How does that work? Do you know?
It'll be a combination. So there will be PDFs and videos. There will be some live like Q&A. People can submit questions early and then I'll answer them on. Because again, a lot of people have the same questions. So I gather them and then I realize how many are the same. And then I'll have a community group too, so that people can actually talk to other people.
And get support.
Yes.
It's not, I mean, for you, I know going through it early, and there's many other women who have had surgeries that have pushed them in early or things like that. And for those of us who are just in it because we're old and our age, but it's nice to have that community of people who understand what you're saying when you get up 25 times at night because you're hot and you're cold and you're, you know, all of those things. or you can't lose the weight. Like that's really frustrating to me right now. So if there was like some freebie, like a tip for women who are in their menopause age, just even for sleep, do you have any tips that somebody can do right now to avoid some of the pharmaceutical or things like that? Or do you have any tips for women like that?
I'll do a little unconventional tip.
Okay, I love it.
For me, I could give you 100 tips in a lot of different areas. But for me, I think the most important thing is for people to grasp who they are now and learn to love who they are and build themselves a new life.
Okay.
The biggest thing I get is, how can I get back to X, Y, or Z?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's a battle that's in your mind. And until you realize that, okay, here's where I am.
Yeah.
And now I want to take a step forward. So I would say until you get there, all the tips and tricks are just going to come in one ear and go out the other.
That's very good advice. I do like one thing about my 50s is I really don't care what other people think about me.
Right.
Which is nice. But you're right. You don't want to keep looking in the past just personally and internally.
Yes.
Think, oh, well, back then I was this.
Yes.
Because it's a different lifetime.
It is.
Right? It is a different lifetime. Okay. How can people reach out to you and get the information when you're ready to launch this? Where do they go?
My website. Everything's on there. AprilIzer.com. It's easy.
Yeah.
Or on Instagram at AprilIzer. And it's all there. It all leads to the membership. And
oh, that's so exciting. Yeah. We're so happy. And how are you health-wise? You doing okay?
I'm doing great.
That's awesome.
I am. Thank you.
You, I know when you were going through all of this, did a lot nutritionally. Mm-hmm. You changed your lifestyle. You kind of really went all in on being healthy and getting healthy mind, body, spirit, I feel like, watching you through that journey. Yeah. Do you feel like that has helped you get to this point? Gathering all of that information, living it, walking the walk to help others?
Yeah, I think so. I was told by my oncologist that the reason I did well after was because I was in a pretty good place beforehand. And if you're not, then, and you come upon something that's unexpected, then you just kind of
just adds to the chaos, right? Yep.
So I'm a huge advocate of people, before there's a big thing that even happens, let's get healthy now. And so I realize how important that is. Because the struggle back, it's real. And so real. I had to be very intentional, and I did a lot of experimentation. And
as expected. Plus, you have a great husband. He's very supportive, and we love him very much.
Yes,
we do. We do love him. And I'll make sure his website's up too, Izer Productions. But no, I think it's really important though to have a good support system. To be in a good place, like you say, even before anything happens. That's the best for everybody's life anyway, and it can help prepare those blows a little bit. Well, make sure your website's on screen and your Instagram handle, April Izer. Look, let me just tell you, when somebody's walked the walk and they can talk the talk, it makes it so much easier to receive that information. If you're ready to receive it, you want to reach out to her and sign up and get to be a part of her. I think it's a cool kids club, but either way, you're going to make sure and get some good information there. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.